welcome to Viva Tutor. We're gonna do another past tense today, the last one in this Spanish tenses series. Today is preterite, so it will be I did, I wrote, I ate. We're gonna use this tense to talk about actions that happened or someone did in a very punctual time. So they are not part of any routine or habit in the past. I'm going to film another video at some point explaining the differences between preterite and imperfect more in detail, but that's the general overview. Imperfect for routines in the past and descriptions in the past, how things were, and preterite for punctual things, so what happened, what people did. We're gonna have today a look at regular verbs and some of the most common and important irregular verbs. So for the regular verbs, we have the grid, as we have in many other tenses. We have a column for AR, and then ER and IR. Actually, these two columns are the same. So you only have to memorize two sets, this one and this one. So I have the infinitive, which ends in these three forms. I'm gonna drop that, and then I'm gonna add the proper ending. For example, dibujar, it's an AR verb, dibujar, I'm gonna drop the AR, dibuj, and I'm going to use the you form, dibujaste, you draw. Now with ER, I'm going to use beber, to drink. I'm going to drop the ER, beb, and I'm going to use the I form, which is E. Bebi is I drunk. And then with IR, I'm going to use escribir. I'm going to drop, which is to write, by the way. I'm going to drop the IR, escrib, and then I'm going to use, for example, they, the they form, escribieron, they wrote. Okay, so now I'm showing a grid on the screen that you're going to be able to download. I'm going to link it below in the description box. And this sheet contains a regular grid, which is the same that I'm using here on the board. And then you have the irregular verbs that I'm talking about today, which follows the same pattern. So you have the infinitive, meaning, and the irregular base for all of those verbs. And then next to that orange box, you have another set of endings, which are the endings that you're going to use with those irregular verbs. So now I'm only showing that part of the grid for the irregular verbs. So we're going to see how that works. For example, I have tener, which is to own or to have. And the irregular base for that is tub, T-U-V. I'm going to take that and combine it with the endings that we have on the right. So those endings are another set of endings that you have to memorize because they are a mix of these columns, so they are different. So tub is a base, and I have the endings. I'm going to put them together. Tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvisteis, tuvieron. I had, you had, he or she had, we had, you guys had, they had. And now I'm going to do the last example with the regular ones. Saber is to know, and as you can see in there, sup is the irregular base that we have, which is S-U-P. I'm going to do the same with the endings. This time I'm just going to take 3 or 4. So supe, I knew. Supo, he or she knew. Supisteis, you guys knew. Or supieron, they knew. So to sum it up, you have a grid for the regular ones. You drop the ending for infinitive and you add the right ending for preterite. And with irregular ones, you are given a irregular base and irregular endings, and you put them together to create the preterite. If you want a little practice, as always, I'm going to show some translations. These are Spanish to English, and they have at least at least one of them is an irregular verb. And now I'm showing another ones which are vice versa, so the other way around, in English to Spanish, which are a little bit trickier, so I challenge you to do those or both ways maybe. So if you do those translations, you can leave them below in the comments if you want me to correct them. You can leave a doubt or question if you have one, and give me a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe for more videos every week about Spanish grammar, and I'll see you next week. Hasta luego. See you later.